As South Africa commemorates Reconciliation Day, Robben Island Museum is introducing a month-long reduced rate for locals. This as the heritage site celebrates 21 years as a UNESCO heritage site. But to tell us more about these reduced rates, we're joined on the line by Morongoa Ramaboa. Thank you so very much for joining us here on SABC News, Morongoa. Just as a start, it does feel as though we're being used at this time. So we've always wanted to see Robben Island, but you know, the price has always been quite high, and I've always kind of said, well, maybe it's for you know, the overseas market who come with dollars and euros and so forth. Why did it take so long for you to really accommodate the South African market? Those of us who really do know more about the famous Nelson Mandela.
Good afternoon, Flo, and happy Reconciliation Day to you. And to all the viewers, we're not using you this time of the year. We've actually always appreciated South Africans, and Robben Island has had one pricing model for about 20 years. And last year we then introduced a two-tier to also give South Africans a South African rate, with our foreign markets having a different rate. And then in the spirit of reconciliation and uniting as people from different backgrounds, we deemed it necessary that the country is going through a lot, especially with COVID-19, and what better way to give back by also introducing this month-long special as of today, Reconciliation Day. And we're offering 25% off adult tickets for all South Africans that they can redeem during the week from Monday to Thursday. And that is also to encourage South Africans to make their staycation worthwhile and visit sites of significance and museums such as Robben Island during the week, so that we alleviate the numbers over the weekends, because our demand is higher during weekends, and midweek it's a time for people to actually relax and engage with the space much more.
All right. So tell us how you're sort of commemorating this day of National Reconciliation Day, a day that, of course, those who spend time, who are arrested and taken to Robben Island, spent their time really sort of fighting for. It must be an important day on the island. What exactly is being done today in terms of commemorating or celebrating, as it were?
Well, coming straight out of hard lockdown and the gradual levels of the lockdown being introduced, previously we only had a few tours during the week, 2 tours per week, and now we're going with a full 7-day operations so that we can be more accessible. And you know, Reconciliation Day is a day where we actually reflect, unite, and reconcile as people of different backgrounds. So with today being Reconciliation Day, it's important for all South Africans to make their way to Robben Island Museum so they can hear personally from ex-political prisoners what they actually went through in fighting for the democratic South Africa that you and I enjoy today. Because there's so many unsung heroes that people are unaware of. And we've also used the opportunity during lockdown to also advance or fast track our memorialization project. And one of these ways, and one of these engaging ways that contribute to this project, is that we've had a number of exhibitions that have been installed on the island, and other ways that we've actually reached out to the people and made information accessible to all South Africans is by hosting our memorial lecture, as well as documenting life histories of ex-political prisoners. So this is our way of also saying that families of ex-political prisoners who are still alive and those who are no longer with us to come forward to Robben Island Museum and contribute to our memorialization project so that we can remember all those fallen giants that contributed so much to our history as a nation.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, you talk about COVID-19. I'm sure that Robben Island was heavily impacted, as the rest of tourism was during the time of especially the heavy lockdown. Talk to us about the impacts and really the consequences of that lockdown for Robben Island. I mean, it must have had a huge impact on the bottom line, on the back pocket of you know, those who run the island, such as yourselves.
Absolutely. I mean, we've had to shut down tours officially from March, and we only reintroduced tours in September. And you need to remember that 65% of Robben Island Museum's budget is generated through tours, while about 35% is a grant received from the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture. So as much as we're a government entity, we also run as a private entity. As a private entity to ensure that we stay afloat. And over and above that, you mentioned something that's quite important, that this year we celebrate 21 years as a World Heritage Site as declared by UNESCO in 1994, the 4th of December. Our other mandate is conservation and heritage. So we need to preserve the island, and conservation work needed to proceed even during lockdown, because we are home to the endangered African penguins on the island. We have fauna and flora on the island and other species such as the fallow deer. So we couldn't neglect that side of our mandate as a World Heritage Site, even though the tourism side of the business was significantly impacted.
All right. Morongoa, thank you so much for giving us your time, ma'am. We really do appreciate you speaking to us here on SABC News, and certainly all the best to you. That's Morongoa Ramaboa, who's the spokesperson of Robben Island. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Bye.